Okay, so here we go. Dodge the raindrops. So welcome back to Sambo's Place, and I got a lot to unpack here, so bear with me. First of all, I love movies, and I love to put movie clips in that kind of express the genre of what's going on and what I'm feeling during the video. So the Joker clip in the beginning of this one really represents the frustrations that I'm going through with learning this griddle and getting a muscle memory down with this griddle. And I'm gonna post some video here that you could see. I recently tried to do some smashed potatoes on it. I was really pressed for time. We had rain that day. The wife and I were going out on a date night. You'll see, I'll explain some things to you. This griddle, if you are looking at this accessory on this grill, it's 20 pounds. And it takes a lot of heat energy to get this thing going, even with the hood down, okay? It takes a lot of energy. And I was in, like I said, I was in a hurry. We're going on a date. I didn't boil the potatoes all the way like I should. It was a catastrophe trying to do smashed potatoes on there. I did, however, did some stir fry broccoli on there that turned out pretty well. It caramelized the edges pretty nicely. I switched it over to manual mode, and we took care of searing some pork chops with some Fire and Smoke Society cherry cola rub that turned out incredibly. It's not the kind of rub that I would suggest having every night, but every now and then it's a beautiful taste. It really is. A great signature on it. Smoked the pork chops first, threw it on manual, fired it up to 10, seared them really nicely. Didn't get any flames out of this because, you know, the pork chops are low fat content as opposed to the ribeyes we did. But I will say this, the Weber SearWood is much better, in my opinion, and much better at grilling and searing than the Smoke Fire was. So here's some footage yeah, you'll see. Anyway, still learning the griddle. It's massive. It takes a lot of heat to get that sucker going. And at 20 pounds, it takes a long time to cool down also. So it's not like you're gonna grab your fire mitts, you know, because it's so heavy and just rip it out of the grill and switch over to the grates. All I pictured was trying to get that thing out of the grill with my fire gloves and having it slip and slam into my thighs, you know, at 300 to 400 degrees. I wasn't having any of it. So you'll see in the video, just some highlights on the griddle. We are gonna be doing more griddling on it. I have some smash apple turkey burgers coming up. I'm gonna share that recipe with you guys, but have some fun. Check this one out. Let me know your thoughts and comments on the griddle. Again, it's total muscle memory. It's something that the more you use it, the more that you are gonna become accustomed to it. So check this out. Today, we're gonna fire up the Fire and Smoke Society Cherry Cola Rub. And I'll tell you what, again, I'm not sponsored by these people, but this company puts out some stuff. And I'll tell you, this is interesting stuff because you open it up and it smells like bubble gum. Okay, so we've had this on level 7 here for a few minutes. Oil looks like it's starting to homologate here. Okay, look and see what we got here. Back in the 261, the left corner, 303 back there. Up front, 313, 312. In the middle, 275, 273, 275, 291. Hotter in the corners, a little cooler in the middle. broccoli on. Broccoli's simple. Broccoli was just tossed in some avocado oil with some garlic paste. As you can see, the broccoli is starting to caramelize nicely. This is going to be taken off soon. The potatoes, on the other hand, I think this is kind of my fault. I don't think I boiled them long enough, and I'm not getting that burnt brown effect that my wife loves on the potatoes. They're still kind of mushy, but the broccoli's looking pretty good. I'm going to say it again. This griddle is huge, and it takes a lot of heat to get it really going. Okay, so after about 15 minutes of mostly cooking with the hood down, this is only hitting 402 in the corner, 373 in that corner, 416 in that corner, 449 in this corner, and in the middle we're at about 341, 336, 275 there, 341. So I don't know. So Weber says that you can use steel cooking tools on this, and that's what I'm doing now. I'm scraping. So like I said, that griddle's holding on to a lot of heat. It's still around 300 degrees, and you know what? That thing is so heavy, I'm not going to attempt it with my fire gloves. I'll end up slapping it into my knees. You can see the pork chops are going here. We got some smoke rolling. We're going to turn them soon. Okay, here we go. Searing pork chops in the rain, just for you guys. Let's see if we got some sear marks here. Oh, there we go. Got some sear marks there. We got some sear marks there. Trying to do this in the rain here. Oh, we got some nice color on that. Oh, got some color back there. SearWood is doing his thing. I can't get a flare up though. One other thing I want to mention about the griddle. There were a lot of questions before on manual mode and griddle. And it struck me. My first real gourmet grill was back in 1998 by a company called Sunshine Grills. They made a Legend 2000 and a Legend 4000. And I picked up the Legend 4. In fact, I still own it. It's still sitting in the basement. I won't let this thing go. It was phenomenal. It was a phenomenal grill. I'm going to post some pictures of it here. You could see what the Legend 4000 looked like. And back in 1998, that grill would have cost almost approximately $1,300 today. So it was a pretty expensive grill. I no longer have the cart that comes with it. I just have the grill insert in case I wanted to put it in masonry. But what a phenomenal specimen it was. It had all cast iron grill grates. It came with a cast iron griddle. I used that thing tremendously. In fact, I used that thing up until almost 12 years ago. But it still works. But why am I bringing this up? I'm bringing this up because I remember when I was reading the instructions on that, because it doesn't come with a hood. It just came with this flat cover that went over it. Kind of like the hinge cover that you get on some of these flat grills today. And they used to call it griddling. And I thought, okay, that's what Weber means. They're talking about griddling. They're not necessarily saying you're going to use manual mode just to use the griddle plate. They're talking about griddling, which is open container cooking. And I remember when I owned this Legend 4000 that you could have purchased the roasting hood for an additional like 200 bucks, and I never bought it because I was poor back in those days. So let's keep this in mind. When the hood is up and you're cooking, open grill, that's griddling. When you close it, obviously that's roasting. Makes sense to me. So when I read these instructions and you get this information out there about using the manual mode 1 to 10, and when you griddle, they're talking about griddling, okay? Not necessarily using the griddle plate. But I wanted to clear that up. It was something that popped into my head that I thought I should share with you. There was a couple comments on it, and I felt that I really needed to address that.